super fluent English students. Welcome to this advanced class on job applications and resume construction. First, let's review our last class. So please turn to page 88, which was report writing. The fact is, a job application and a resume is a type of report. So as you remember from last class, report writing is a very important writing skill. It covers a number of areas: science, technology, current affairs, reviews, and we're using it today for a job application and some of the aspects for a resume. So what are the characteristics we're going to use? Number one, factual, very factual. Every statement has to be perfectly honest. Two, the information is verifiable. That means the people that look at your application and your resume will verify the facts. So they have to be verifiable. And it's aimed at a specific person, okay? A specific job application. So you want to make sure that it's designed in a proper way to go to those facts only and not any other facts. And then the active form of the verb will be used because we're talking about your job application. So let's go to the application and have a practice session. First of all, a job application can be written in two ways, okay? The first way is to see the advertisement or get an application from somebody, some company, or somebody will give you an idea of writing for a job application. So you can do it in two ways. The first way, and the older way, is to write a letter showing all of your facts, okay? That's the first way. A letter of application giving all of your details. You give your history, your references, you talk about what your experiences are, what your hobbies are, and you do it all in one long letter. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to have a short cover letter saying, "Dear sirs, I'd like to apply for this job, and I'm enclosing a resume." And this is the way most people are doing job applications now. They are doing a short cover letter, very personal and detailed for that specific application, and they're having a resume. And this resume that they've started, usually in high school, continues. And every year they update their resume and they send this resume out. And if the resume is done nicely and the people get the resume, even if they don't hire you for that job, they'll keep the resume in their file of potential employees. So it's very good and very as auspicious to write a good resume. Also called a biodata, also called curriculum vitae. That's your vital information. So we're looking for a dream job. The following advertisement, and this is an application, the following advertisement appeared, okay, in the New Indian Express on the 3rd of February, 2014. So you can see this is old material. It's about 5 or 6 years old, but we'll update it. And in this advertisement, it said, write a letter of application in response to it. So they've got this application in the mail, in the advertisement in the Express. So you see this nice advertisement, and you draft your letter. Okay, the advertisement wants second PUC with computer knowledge. So if you have that, and you have knowledge of Kannada and English, and some experience is preferred, then you apply within a week. So the day you see this message, okay, this advertisement, February 3rd, by the 10th, you have to get the application in. The earlier, the better. And they tell you who to send it to. Very important to send it to the manager, okay, so it goes to the right person. So let's go through a written example. You're applying for this position. So we're going to put XXX for your name and YYY for your address. And we write the letter. We're writing the letter on the very same day that we saw the advertisement. February 4th, 2014. We address it to the manager, Global Finance and Investment Limited, Casey Road, Gadag, 582101. Make sure the address is absolutely perfect. And then you go, sir or madam, or you can say dearest sir or madam. Nice to use the word dearest, sir or madam. And then you put subject. They get so many letters, they know which subject you're applying for and which reference is there. So the subject is the application for the post of junior assistant. And then the reference is your advertisement in the New Indian Express dated 3rd of February. Okay, this letter was written the next day. 3rd of February, 2014. And then you start off the letter, in response to your advertisement mentioned above, comma, I am applying for the position of junior assistant. You'll see here, commas here after sir and madam, okay, and proper punctuation. Very important to have proper punctuation on your application. Let's go to the next page. This is on the same letter of application. I have passed my second PUC with a first class. So this is the first requirement. They want to know you passed your PUC. I have also taken a course in office management, which is another positive. I am 20 years old and an Indian national. You put your citizenship there. I can speak and write Kannada, English, and Tamil. I have passed the SSLC with 80% marks from Cambridge School, Gadag, and second PUC with 71% marks from SJP College, Hubli, in the years 2005 and 2007, respectively. Since then, I have been working as a junior assistant at Prime Technologies for 4 years and Rao in Associates for 3 years. My hobbies are listening to music and painting. My other interests include playing football and basketball. Very nice to include these personal interests. So the application person, the one who's reviewing these applications, can see that you're an all-rounder. I am a good team player and shall reserve the concern to the best of my abilities and serve the concern to the best of my abilities if given a chance. Very humble, asking for a chance. I shall provide the necessary documents and references during the time of the interview. So he's not providing any references now. References are an important point. You should think about this. When you're doing an application, it's nice to have a reference. And the reference is an older person that's well respected in the community and that you have told, I'm going to use you as a reference. So you can use a teacher, a principal, Prime Minister Modi, if you know him, any positive reference that will help your application. Anyway, so he ends it up with thank you. You notice there's a period after thank you. Thank you is a full sentence. It should always be followed by a full stop. Yours faithfully, with a comma, then your signature, and maybe your address. So that's the first way you can do the job application for this position at the Global Finance and Investment Company. Now they'll give you another way to do it, and this is the way most people are doing it today. They start off with their name and address. Always have your name and address done correctly with perfect punctuation and spelling so they can get hold of you, and usually with a phone number. February 4th, the manager, Global Finance and Investment Limited, Casey Road, Gadag, 582101. Sir, Madam. So I would put in there, dearest Sir, Madam. People like to be called dear. Dearest Sir, Madam. Subject, application for the post of junior assistant. Reference, your advertisement in the New Indian Express dated the 3rd of February, 2014. And then we go into the body of the cover letter. In response to your advertisement mentioned above, I am applying for the post of junior assistant. I have passed my PUC with first class. I've taken a course in office management. I'm fluent in both Kannada and English. Besides, I have experience of 2 years as a junior assistant. So he puts a little bit in this cover letter, showing that he's passed the hurdle to even apply for the job. I have enclosed my resume with this application. I hope it will meet your requirement. You see, when you say it nicely, I've enclosed my resume, then he looks at the resume, and if it's a nice resume, he'll keep it. Thank you, period, yours faithfully, comma, signature. So let's go to the next page. Here we go with the resume. And they give you this format in your book. This is an older format. We will update this as we go along. But this has the important information in it. So you can put a format for resume, or you can just use resume. You can just use resume here. You don't have to have this here. Resume. Okay, so the resume starts with your name. And now the new resumes, okay, they put in a life statement. A life statement. So this is a few words saying what you're looking forward to in life. And they like to see this life statement, and you can square it off here in the corner of your resume. Dot, 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 dot. So this can be put at the top of your resume, in the middle of your resume, or at the end. We'll talk about that more in a second. So after your name, you put your father's name here, date of birth, age. These things have to be filled out properly. Permanent address where they can get hold of you. Nationality. Knowledge of languages. And this is where you tell all of your knowledge of languages. It's nice, too, to have a phone. Phone number. Because you want to have them make it easy to get hold of you so you can get this job. Educational qualifications, here you've got to be very specific. You have to show what schools you've entered and what your marks are. And they may verify this. So you give them the school, the address, and when you passed, your marks, and what subjects you passed. And then if you've had experience, you show your experiences very carefully. Each date, you show the experiences. And from here, and this is very important, here's where you can put your references. Because from work experience, you have met certain people, you made friends with them, you've worked hard for them, and you can use them as a reference. So you put their name, their address, and phone number, and then you tell that person that you're going to use him or her as a reference, so that it's not out of the blue that they get a call from the people here. So after your experience, you put references. Best to do one or two good references. And then other interest. This is very important right here. You want to show the person that's reviewing the applications that you have a variety of experience, that you're interested in a lot. You love every day. You want to get the most out of every day. So you put that here under interest and hobbies. And you put small things. I'm learning how to play a harmonium. These little things that make you more real to the person who's looking over the application. Then you put the place that you've done this resume and the date. And then, of course, SD, which means you've verified, you've authenticated that this resume is the real thing, all right? So you sign it nicely in the corner there. And that's your resume for the first spot. Now, we have another assignment, okay? The second assignment they give, okay, is there's an advertisement for the Royal Concord International School. All right, this is positions open for 2014-2015 in Nagar, Bangalore. So now they have different requirements, okay? This RCIS, which stands for Royal Concord International School, is looking for qualified, experienced, creative educators with excellent communication skills for the following positions. Communication is the name of the game. If you have fluent English, they love to hire you. So the first job they want is they want you to apply for academic coordinators for primary, middle school, and high school. And the requirements for that are postgraduates with teaching experience and supervisory abilities to enhance the academic environment of the school. That's a little bit past where most of you are graduating PUC school right now. Teachers to the higher secondary and high school, they're looking for. Middle school, primary. Master's degree. If you don't have your master's degree, no reason to apply to that job. But kindergarten teachers, what they require, your bachelor's degree with specialization in early childhood education. Montessori training, NTT, experience preferred. If you match that particular operation, then you can send your application to the Secretary, Royal Concord International School, B Main, second block, HRBR layout, Kalyan Nagar, Bangalore. So even if you don't have those applications, those requirements, you can at least make the application and say that you do have the requirement for this assignment, all right? So now that I've shown you the resume and the letter of how to produce the letter, the assignment for next class, before next class, is to write a letter, an application letter to Malaya Hospital and include all of the information. You don't have to write 2 applications. The second part of your assignment is to write a cover letter and a resume for the Royal Concord International School. So these 2 assignments I want you to send to me. What is the takeaway from this? The takeaway is that on your resume, you are at a critical spot here in your life. You're just finishing second year PUC school. Many decisions will have to be made. You're at a major fork in the road. Are you going to go on to school? Are you going to go for a job? Are you going to go traveling? What do you want to do? We're so lucky we're covering this job application and resume formation now because you have a chance to think about it before you finally graduate. This is a big time in your life. This is your first major choice that you have to make. Your resume and your life statement, I want everybody to have a nice life statement, whether you want to make a lot of money, whether you want to be the president of India, whether you want to be in education, whatever you want to do, put this life statement on there. And then you'll notice the next year or when it gets closer to your graduation, you may look at this life statement and change it. You know, your ideas may have changed. But this will help you make your decision. When you put yourself on paper on a resume, all of a sudden you get a different outlook of who and what you've done. And then you can ask your English teacher or the principal for help with the resume. I'm happy to help anybody with the resume. Take your time, and we will discuss your resume at the next class. Thank you for your kind attention. Om Shri Sai Ram. See you next class.